Hey, hey.
Bitch, you always on my line. You ain't never got
Back at it once again, you did. Popping this good game once again.
But you know that I'm some pimpin' for show. Say you dig me, but you ain't tryna hoe. My institute is totally different. Bitch, you totally a bum, and I'm totally pimp. Gave a couple niggas money.
Give y'all a second to fill this room up, man. Fill this live up. And we gonna get right to it. And y'all already know, man, when you come into a pimp's domain, first thing you need to do is wipe your feet off at the door. What I mean by that is hit that like button, man. When you come up in here, wipe your feet off at the door. Hit that like button. It's a beautiful day. We're gonna pop some beautiful game. As usual. I appreciate y'all for wiping your feet off at the door. Hitting that like button when you step up in here. Black or love, top of it. Hates world. I see you too. We about to get to it, man. Macadocious, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you believe so. Overstand. What's going on? John Dean, top of it. Osiris, I see you, man. You know, I'm over here sitting outside the gym because right after this live is over with, you get straight to that gym and get my issue. I don't know how to let up. I go hard on the bitch and make her face the pressure head up. If she greater or lesser, that pressure. Bernard Brown, Magic, Gerald, Brian, Tony Davis, what's up with it? ABK Trail, I see you. Orlando Sanchez, Finesse, what's up with y'all? Ace, good looking with the Big Ben, you dig? Prince Richard, you already know, man. If it's one thing Free's gonna do all the motherfucking time, is put some damn love in his body, man. If you have not today, if you have not put enough today, if you've only put a sprinkle or a few droplets in your body, put some love in your body, man. This is that love juice we talking about right here, man. It is love. This shit gonna love you even when you don't love it, man. Go ahead and put some of this in your body one time, like so. Ballaholic Films, I see you. Tony Davis, already. Once again, Tony Davis, I see you again. Extended Clips. Ray Gunn, what's up with y'all? Heem, I see you. Okay, it's a good amount of y'all in here. So with no further ado, we're going to get right to it, man. But yeah, as the title suggests, and as the thumbnail suggests, we're going to talk about letting the mark be a mark, man. As you can see, paying attention, when you get too personal with a mark, it can be very, very, very costly. You dig? You got to let a mark be a mark, man. Freeze, what you mean by letting the mark be a mark? I'll explain to you what I mean by letting a mark be a mark. Vic Shepard, good looking with the $5 holla. I appreciate the love. The love is reciprocated. Excuse my pimping. But yeah, man, let a mark be a mark. See, in the game, right? When I speak of a mark, I'm talking about a trick. You know, somebody that you want to capitalize on. You know, and if you see somebody as a mark, you make that person your mark and you hit your mark. In a hoe's case, when a hoe hits her mark, she's breaking a trick. She recognized the mark, she hit that mark, mission accomplished. You know, that's what it is. But you got a lot of cases where in the game, hoes get too comfortable with the mark. And it has been very costly in a lot of situations. Not every case in the game, but a lot of cases in the game, in instances where, a hoe get killed by a trick, or a hoe get hurt by a trick, or a hoe have to defend herself and she end up killing the trick or hurting the trick herself. In a lot of them type of situations that occur in the game, I say a good 75%. I might be being too nice with the 75%, but a good 75% of those situations occur when, the hoe ain't letting the mark be a mark. She letting the mark be more than a mark. She letting the mark turn into the boyfriend. See, I understand hoes have regulars, and, ain't nothing really wrong with that. But when it becomes a problem is when a hoe gets too comfortable with that regular, when she start getting too personal with that regular. I done seen bitches allow they regular to meet they kids. They having dinner with the kids. The kids know the regular by the name and all this old shit. Like, that ain't never supposed to happen. Never. You know. And as you already know, a lot of bitches take it, even further and start having a boyfriend, girlfriend relationship with the mark. They start having they start making matrimony with the mark, walking down aisles and making vows with the mark, you know. But you gotta let a mark be a mark. You can't never lose sight of the fact that this is a mark, and you're not supposed to trust a mark like that. You're supposed to keep it strictly business with this mark. Now you can to a certain extent give this mark the illusion, that you like them like that or whatever the case may be, but it's a fine line, you know. And of course, when you fucking with some ism, when you getting instructions on a regular basis, the ism is gonna guide you in, walking that fine line with a mark. But the ism is gonna make sure. See, that's the beautiful thing about fucking with some pimping. When you fucking with some pimping, the pimping is gonna keep you regulated in dealing with that mark. Because when the pimping ain't in the picture and you got a hoe dealing with a mark and he's treating her real good, he's paying the shit out of her, he's affording her a lifestyle that she hasn't been afforded in times past. This is a new thing to her. A lot of times hoes get comfortable with the mark and they think that because this mark is paying them good, that this is a trustworthy individual. And a lot of hoes find out the hard way that they sorely mistaken in believing that. So Hayes World says she FaceTiming with the mark. Exactly. That type of shit. Like, you know, for those who play the internet, when a trick call you to verify who each other is and all that type of shit, quick little FaceTime, see that you're a real individual and you see that he's a real individual, so on and so forth. That's cool. But like FaceTiming with the mark, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? What'd you have for dinner? Oh, you had the Greek salad with the turkey. Oh, that's your favorite. I know you always be having that. The motherfucking Mark know what her favorite shit is. He know what her favorite meal is. He know what her favorite color is. You know, all this old type of personal shit that the Mark ain't supposed to know. You know what I mean? The Mark know that you know your favorite color is pink, not just any pink, you know, but that it's a particular type of tone of pink that's your favorite, and the Mark know all that shit. You know what I mean? He not supposed to know all that. You know, the Mark know your mother's maiden name. You know, the Mark know your social. You know all this little type of shit. You know that the Mark ain't supposed to know. He not supposed to know all that shit. He know passwords and you know all type of shit like that that he's not supposed to know. The Mark ain't supposed to know your password to your phone or to your social media and all that old type of shit. You're not supposed to trust the Mark like that. This is not your boyfriend. This is not your husband. This is a Mark. He's for one specific thing, checking some bread. You know, a means to an end. You're supposed to be getting ends out the Mark. You're not supposed to be making friends with the Mark. You're supposed to be breaking him for them ends out the Mark. That's what the Mark is for. You know, the Mark ain't for making friends, he for making ends. You dig? Turn to your neighbor and say, the Mark ain't for making friends, the Mark is for making ends. You dig? Never lose sight of that for those of y'all that's in the game. You know, or you know, in any line of business. You know, it's even been situations with lawyers, you know, getting too personal with their client. And that then became costly. I've seen situations like that. You know what I mean? I had a hoe one time that was getting real personal with a lawyer that she had. And it didn't turn out right. You know what I mean? You know, you're supposed to keep it, you know, strictly business. And, you know, that's a whole nother story. I ain't gonna get too deep into that. But you know, when you're dealing with a Mark, you got to keep that shit strictly business, you know? And I know some hoes probably be thinking like, you know, if they get more personal with the Mark, that it's going to benefit them more. They're going to start giving them more money. But what you don't understand is you're making that Mark more comfortable. And you got to look at things from the Mark's perspective. When you making the Mark comfortable and you treating him in ways that you're not treating any other trick, he thinking to himself like, damn, she done let me meet her kids. I know she ain't letting all the rest of her clients meet her kids. Damn, she done let me come to her house. I know she not letting the rest of her clients come to her house. Damn, she done let me meet her mama. I know she not letting the rest of the clients meet her mama. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Because you got weird situations like that. Like, damn, she didn't let me meet her pimp. I know she not letting the rest of her clients meet her pimp. You know what I mean? Pimping ain't never supposed to be interacting and dealing with the Mark at all. You know what I mean? At least my pimping, the way my pimping run, to each their own. To each their own. Everybody do their shit different, I guess, you know, but the way my pimping is set up, Freeze ain't never finna interact with the trick. He ain't finna deal with the trick. We not finna go hang out. We not finna go to Disneyland together. We not doing all that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send the bitch. She's gonna deal with him. She gonna deal with him the way I instruct her to deal with him, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? Right, like Adam Guy say, no hoe professionalism. Right, Haste World, the P is not supposed to exist. You know what I mean? The trick, the Mark, he always supposed to be under the impression that like, you know, this young lady, she hates pimps. You know, dealing with a pimp would be stupid, and she's not stupid, so she's not gonna give her money to some guy. You know, you supposed to have a Mark under this impression. You know, uh, you're not supposed to have them type of conversations with the Mark when you going through it with your folks, and you call him up. He like, hey, what's going on, Keisha? Oh, you know, just he's at it again. You know, he just always be doing some fucking stupid shit. Oh, tell me about it, Keisha. What's going on? Well, David, you know, I gave him, you know, remember when you gave me that $4,000 last week? Yeah, Keisha, I remember when I gave you that $4,000. Well, He just went to the casino and he just blew it again. David, he just blew it again. Keisha, you got to stop this. You can't let him keep doing this, Keisha. You can't let him treat you like that, Keisha. I mean, you know, I pay you, and it's you're at the liberty to do what you want with the money. It's yours once I give it to you. But you know, Keisha, I'm not gonna keep throwing money in the fireplace, so to speak. Keisha, if you just moved in with me, we wouldn't have these problems with this guy. I know you like him. I know you got feelings for him. You've been with him for a while. But if you just move in with me, you won't have these problems. I can take care of you. I can take care of you. Seriously. You know? Like we can just get him out the picture and I'll take care of you. Like you're not supposed to have them type of conversations with the trick, but a lot of bitches do this shit. You gotta let a mark be a mark. And that shit is dangerous. That shit is playing with fire. That's dancing with the devil. Because, you know, when you start getting too personal with the mark and you let him step beyond the boundaries of being a mark, see, a mark supposed to have boundaries. And when you let that mark go beyond those boundaries, he start getting comfortable. And when he start getting comfortable, he start getting attached. And when he start getting attached, he start getting possessive. And when he start getting possessive, he start getting protective. And he trying to get more progressive, with getting on a personal level with your motherfucking ass. You're not supposed to do that type of shit. And see, like when they get possessive and protective and all that type of shit, it's dangerous because they gonna get jealous. And then it's gonna come to a point where it's like, well, Keisha, you really don't have to do this. I know this is what you've been doing, and this is how we met. And when we started out, I was just another client, but I think, Keisha, that we're beyond just the working girl client level. We've experienced so much together, and I don't want to use the L word, but I know we've got feelings for each other, Keisha, and you know I care so much about you, and I just want to see you happy so much that whatever you're getting from these other clients, I mean, I'm no miracle worker, but I can do my best, Keisha, to make sure that, whatever they're providing you with, I can handle that myself. I can carry that whole load by myself, Keisha. Like, you don't have to deal with these guys. I know a lot of them are sleazy, slimy guys. Fortunately, you were able to meet me, and I know I treat you a lot better than these guys. You don't have to, like, you're not supposed to you're not supposed to get to the level with that trick. This is what happens when they start getting comfortable. He don't want you in the game no more. And if you don't, and see, a lot of bitches, they try to play that game. Like I say, it's dancing with the devil. A lot of bitches will try to give him that impression. Okay, I'm gonna stop working. I'm gonna only deal with you. I'm gonna let you take care of me. But what's going on, a hoe gonna be a hoe. So a bitch gonna keep doing dates, or some bitches might slow down, but she's still gonna catch a date here and there. Or if she come across a good opportunity, you know a hoe gonna catch dates. A hoe is gonna do some hoeing. You know what I mean? Prostitute gonna do some prostitution, some prostituting. You dig? So, um, when you have things like this, like I said, this is how it gets dangerous. And a lot of times where a hoe done got hurt by a trick, or a hoe has had to hurt a trick in self-defense, a lot of them situations is like real domestic. It's real personal. It's not, well, I mean, that happens too, but it's not very common. It's not as common as the personal level shit where a bitch just meet a trick one time and he end up, killing her, or she had to kill him in self-defense or anything like that, or either one of them gets seriously hurt. That's not as common as the personal level shit. Like I said, the bitch allowing the mark to step beyond the boundaries of a mark, and then him getting possessive and protective and all that type of shit. you know It's just like on Players Club. You remember I forget dude's name, man. One of y'all probably remember his name. Uh Fuck. But the motherfucking dude on Players Club, he following the bitch home and shit. You know what I mean? Then the bitch Diamond, she going in her apartment one time. Y'all remember the movie? And she looked down the stairs and Myron, there we go. I knew one of y'all was gonna remember that shit. Don Bossellini remembered that shit. Myron. Nah, it wasn't Marvin, it was Myron. I remember. So you know, he like, so this is your apartment? This is nice. And she looking like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And see, they be feeling entitled with that. That's that regular shit. You know what I mean? He was a regular to the bitch. Flawless pimping with the $5 holler, good looking. Myron done became a regular of Diamonds. So he started feeling entitled because he's a regular customer of hers, you know what I mean? And he trying to force his way into the apartment, and the bitch like, forcing the door closed on him, and he like, I spent a lot of money on you. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers start feeling entitled, and she wasn't even like real personal with him like that. She was to an extent keeping it, strictly business, but at the same time, it's that regular shit. This motherfucker done became obsessed, and he ain't, he been spending money on this bitch at the club. He ain't fucking with nobody but her. And, he dying to hit the pussy, but he ain't had the opportunity to. So he like, man, I've been following this bitch home. I know where she live. I done gave her so much money. She cool with me like that. Let me try my hand. You know what I mean? That's that bullshit. A hoe ain't supposed to never let it get that far. You gotta let a mark be a mark. So, moving on, as the thumbnail to this video suggests, speaking of letting a mark be a mark, as you can see with the whole 6ix9ine situation and Shotty situation, and the rest of the dudes on that case, with that situation there, man, it's just ugly, man. And that's the consequences, that's the results of not letting the mark be a mark. See, in that case, 6ix9ine is a mark. When they was dealing with him, when they had the whole Treyway thing going on, 6ix9ine is a mark. And you got to let a mark be a mark. See, they made the mistake of, cause see, it's okay. Cause you got situations like that where, dudes be letting celebrities get put on their hood, and they claiming the hood and they from this gang or whatever. You know what I mean? Like like Soldier Boy, he supposed to be from Fruittown, Pyru. Lil Bow Wow, he supposed to be from Fruittown, Pyru. What's another situation? You got a lot of these situations where these rappers did they didn't grow up in that environment. They grew up in nice areas. Tyga done been from like 5 different gangs. I know he was supposed to be from Hoover at one point. The nigga supposedly was from Gardena, then he was from Compton, then he was from Burbank. Like, Tyga done been from so many different places, but even like, he was cool with some Hoovers, but see, the thing is, unlike in the 6ix9ine situation, because I'm sure, he's chipping some of them dudes off. These rappers, the majority of them is claiming these gangs and shit. They chipping these dudes off. They a mark. But the smart gang members, they gonna let a mark be a mark. They gonna introduce them to the homies, make them feel comfortable, make them feel like he belong, so on and so forth. But they not finna to take the mark on missions. You not if you are a part of a gang and you really a gang member, you really a gang banger, you really in the streets, you really active, you with all the shit, you not supposed to take the mark on missions. You know, it's just like the situation with I forget the little white boy's name, but with the 9 O's. Some of y'all who ain't from LA, you probably ain't familiar with that shit. But it was a situation a few years ago where it was a boy, he went to high school, I guess, or I don't even know if he went to high school with him, but they was in high school and he got cool. This is a white boy from Ranchos Palos Verdes, Rancho PV as we call it in LA. And for those of y'all who ain't familiar with Rancho Palos Verdes, it's like an upscale, it's an affluent area. You know, you got to have money to stay in Rancho PV. And that's where this white boy was from. But somehow he got affiliated with the 9 O's, which for those of y'all unfamiliar, neighborhood rolling 90s crip. You know, he became affiliated with these dudes. You know, and I'm pretty sure that he was, beneficial to them guys in certain ways because he come from money. You know, so he probably got a nice car or maybe a few nice cars. His parents is millionaires, you know. Uh um I'm sure he coming to school or he coming to whenever he link up with them. I'm sure he got money, and if they need something, they probably done went to the mall with him, and he like, oh yeah, you guys get what you want. He probably got a credit card, probably got an American Express that his parents then gave him. He running it up. You know, I'm sure that he benefited them dudes in some kind of way, you know. So he's a mark. But once again, they made the mistake of not letting the mark be a mark. And they let the mark go too far. And they let the mark drive their ass on a mission, you know what I mean, where they was getting at this dude from Trey, which is a rival gang to the 9 O's. And they killed this boy in front of the mark. They in the mark's car. They let the mark drive them to go kill this boy. Now, you know, they got pictures with the mark. You know, they colors is powder blue. You know, they got him with powder blue rags and, you know, North Carolina, that's they wear the North Carolina hats, you know what I mean, for the neighborhood crip. You know, they got him with the North Carolina and the powder blue rags, and he throwing up the set. He in pictures with him, you know what I mean? That's cool. Let him do that. You know what I mean? Let him feel like he a part of the hood. But don't take the mark on no fucking missions. You're not supposed to take the mark on no missions. You know what I mean? He not even supposed to hear about it. At least not in detail. He might hear some shit word of mouth, but you know, when the mark come around, hey man, kill game, man. Strange weeds in the bushes, man. Talk baseball. You know what I mean? Kill game. That's how you supposed to ride. Cameron Terrell, that's his name. Exactly. And from what I understand, he beat the murder case. He got charged with murder. He beat that. You know what I mean? And he got another case that came up that he's fighting now. I can't remember if it was a robbery or an assault, some shit. You know what I mean? But he got another case that he's fighting right now. You know, a serious case though. You know, but because he a white boy and his parents got money and he ain't never been in trouble. You know, when it's a white boy who ain't never been in trouble, they don't want to ruin his life. You know, when it's a young black man who ain't never been in trouble, fuck him. Wash him up. Fuck his record up. You know what I mean? Give him 2-3 felonies so that when he get out of prison, he can't get a decent job. You know what I mean? Then these little boys, they was in high school, so I'm pretty sure they didn't graduate. You know what I mean? So not only do they not graduate, but now they felons and they finna do all this motherfucking time. I can't remember how much time they got sentenced to, but whatever the case, when you're a young black man, they don't give a fuck about you. You know, and you supposed to keep all this type of shit in mind when you dealing with a mark. You know? So in that situation with the Cameron Terrell dude fucking with the 9 O's made the mistake of not letting the mark be a mark. They got him really like he one of the homies. Like he really, active. See, you got gang members and you got gang bangers. It's cool to let him be a gang member. Let him be a gang member. Let him rep the set. You know what I mean? Uh, but don't take him on no mission. Like, don't even be in those situations where like y'all might be in the mall and you see some enemies or something like that, and y'all set tripping and all. Like, don't let him see none of that type of shit. You know what I mean? When y'all go to the mall, you go to the Beverly Center, even though bullshit didn't happen there before too, but you don't go to the Baldwin Hills Plaza with that boy. You don't go to the Slauson swap meet with that boy. You don't do that. You know what I mean? You go to motherfucking Beverly Hills, to the Beverly Center. You go to the South Coast Plaza. Better yet, that's because, see, you might run into some gang members at the Beverly Center because it's pretty much in LA. But you go with that boy way out. You go to South Coast Plaza. South Coast Plaza is in Orange County. The likelihood of you seeing some of your enemies at that mall is next to impossible. You know what I mean? So that way you ain't gotta risk him seeing you get active and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? You gotta let the mark be the mark. Don't allow him to get past the boundaries of being a mark. Right, like Turf say, pacifying. You know what I mean? You could even slap box with him. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit you do. Make him feel tough. You know what I mean? Let one of the homies slap box with him, and then they act like they let him win the slap boxing match. Let him act like you embarrassed and shit. Act like you mad and had the homies clown you. You got to set all this type of shit up when you dealing with a mark that come from a millionaire family. Let him slap box with you in the street. You know what I mean? Act like he whooped you. You know what I mean? Then you act mad. The homies is holding you back. Nah, cuz. We got to catch the fade for real, cuz. You can't be doing me like that. Nigga, shut your ass up, cuz. On the set. That nigga whooped you, cuz. Don't get mad cuz the homie whooped you. The homie Casper. That's probably what his name was because he a white boy. Yeah, cuz. Don't get mad because the homie Casper slapped you up one time, cuz. The homie Casper over there really with it, though. He got hands for your motherfucking ass. Oh, nigga, the nigga ain't got no motherfucking hands for me, nigga, on the set, on Crip, nigga. Hell no, I'm finna mop this nigga. Hell, you ain't finna do nothing with Casper, cuz. We ain't finna let you do nothing to the homie. Fall back, cuz. This a OG call. You gotta play it all like that. Then after y'all done broke him, you know what I mean? Y'all done went to the mall. He done spent some thousands on you. He done put some money in all of y'all's pocket. And after he go back to Rancho PV, y'all sitting in the hood and y'all chopping it up like, yeah, man. Hey, man, y'all played that shit off good, cuz, for real, man. We got to keep playing this nigga like that, cuz this nigga is gonna keep us breaded up, cuz. We gotta keep playing him like that. That's how you supposed to do the mark. And see, he gonna feel tough. He gonna feel like he really one of the homies, really with the shit. You know what I mean? Even you just gotta keep making little scenarios like that to make him feel tough. See, man, the pimpin' just got so much game, man. Everybody really needs a pimp friend, man. Everybody needs a pimp friend. Uh, Gang members need a pimp friend. These entertainers that be doing stupid shit and getting themselves in trouble, they need a pimp friend. Like Shotty really needed a pimp friend. You know what I mean? Because he was really the head of that whole situation with Treyway and 6ix9ine and all that type of shit. Shotty really needed a pimp friend. And I wish I could have been Shotty's pimp friend. You know, uh, I really would have had Shotty in the whole Treyway thing cool as hell, man. They would have never gotten all that trouble that they was in, man. Motherfuckers need a pimp friend. They need somebody with some game, and once again, just like the 9 O's with the Cameron Terrell situation, uh, the uh the Treyway dudes and Shoddy and all of them, they made the mistake of not letting the mark be a mark. 6ix9ine was the mark, and they allowed him to believe that he was really a blood and he really like a gang banger. You know what I mean? They got him going. Y'all seen the video the other day where they put out, where he the motherfuckers is in there. Shoddy, the motherfucking leader, the motherfucker that's getting bread. Motherfucker that was talking about he got 20 million in his bank account, which I know that was a lie, but I'm sure, he was having some hundreds of thousands for show. And they was on their way to having millions. But this dude did, is comparing himself to Suge Knight, which is stupid. Comparing themselves to the new Death Row and all that old dumb shit. But anyway, Shoddy, the guy that's not supposed to get his hands dirty, and especially not in front of the mark. This motherfucker is robbing somebody at gunpoint. And who's there watching the shit, and not just watching the shit, but videotaping the shit? The mark. 6ix9ine. That's crazy. Why do you have the mark around you while you robbing a motherfucker at gunpoint? First of all, if your mark is 6ix9ine, why are you robbing anybody at gunpoint and you're Shoddy? Why are you doing that? That's just foolish. You done allowed the mark to go beyond the boundaries of a mark, and y'all having shootouts in front of this boy. Y'all beating people up in front of this boy. Y'all kidnapping the boy and letting your identity be seen, and y'all just, man. That's the problem dealing with niggas, though. And see, Shoddy, if Shoddy would have had his mind right, he could have been regulating all this shit. And he could have had all this shit under control. See, like the whole trolling thing, that was perfect. The trolling and everything and letting him, all that test my gangster and all that shit, that was perfect. You know what I mean? They had the boy feeling like he really was a real blood and he was with the shit and he a real gangbanger and all that type of shit. That was perfect. Let him believe that. But don't let him believe it because he's out there with y'all really doing real shit. That was foolish. This boy is a mark. Let him be the mark. Let him have the illusion in his mind like he really tough and he really with the shit and everything. But don't let him be with the shit. When y'all finna have a shootout or something, or y'all finna go rob somebody, or y'all selling dope, or y'all having anything to do with guns, because them gun laws in New York is a fool. Man, them gun laws in New York is a fool. So, don't let him see no guns. Don't let him see no type of activities. You know what I mean? Don't let him see nothing. Let him talk that shit. You know what I mean? But don't let that boy see nothing, man. And that's where they fucked up. They let that boy see too much, and they let him be involved in too much. Way too much. You know what I mean? He beefing with Casanova. Then the motherfuckers have a shootout at the fucking Barclay. At the damn center where the Nets play. Like, that's foolish. That's foolish. And he's right there in the mix. This is foolish. Yeah, shooting in the air, just like with the Chief Keef situation. I think they were shooting in the air too. But nonetheless, it's shooting going on. And this boy is not supposed to be around no type of gunplay. He not even supposed to see no damn guns at all. He not supposed to see nothing. Anything that is illegal, anything that can send a motherfucker to prison, 6ix9ine ain't supposed to see none of that. None of that. Shit is crazy. Now that boy telling on everybody. You know what I mean? Man, I'm talking about that boy telling on everybody. Escape had a song back in the days, you know what I mean? You're my little secret, and that's how we should keep it. He done told Escape secret. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson told us way back in the days that the kid is not my son. You know what I mean? He done told who Billie Jean's real baby daddy is. You know what I mean? Now that motherfucker they going way back to the 80s. He got to pay big old buku jumbo child support, back child support, because 6ix9ine done told who Billie Jean's real baby daddy is. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson was like, the kid is not my son. 6ix9ine's like, I know who the kid, son really is. You know what I mean? It's this guy right here. You know what I mean? Then they take the DNA test, and sure enough, 6ix9ine is right. This is Billie Jean's real baby daddy. Now they got to go all the way back to when did Thriller come out? 82 or some shit like that. They going all the way back to 82, for the back child support, all because 6ix9ine ass then told motherfuckers who Billie Jean's baby daddy is. You know what I mean? Oh, he know where Waldo is too. You know what I mean? Waldo better find somewhere else to hide. You know what I mean? He gonna definitely tell where Waldo is. You know what I mean? He know where Jimmy Hoffa's bones is. You know what I mean? Because Jimmy Hoffa, he been gone so long. You know what I mean? I know his bones by now. He know where Jimmy Hoffa is. You know what I mean? 6ix9ine done told the secret of how the pyramids was made in Egypt. You know what I mean? Like he done told everything. You know what I mean? Like, this boy is just telling every motherfucking thing, and it's because they didn't let this mark just be a mark. Like, he telling everything. This boy done told the Da Vinci Code. He telling everything because they didn't let this mark just be a mark. You supposed to let this mark be a mark, man. Like, oh, okay. Turp stupid. Turp said he led him to the corpse of Christ. Hey, for real, man, this boy, he just know too much. You know what I mean? Because they didn't let this mark be a mark, man. You know what I mean? See, a lot of y'all don't know. See, the feds been on these boys for a minute. You know what I mean? And you notice that when 6ix9ine get popping and he talking all this blood shit, all of a sudden El Chapo get cracked. They know right where to find El Chapo. Before 6ix9ine was popping, man, El Chapo had a good hiding spot. He even did the interview. Who was the interview? I think it was Brad Pitt or some. He did an interview with somebody, some actor. You know what I mean? Let them come to the hideout and everything, man. They still didn't know where El Chapo was, man. 6ix9ine get popping. All of a sudden, they know right where El Chapo is. Oh, El Chapo, he right over there. Y'all don't know where El Chapo is for real? Y'all the feds, man. Y'all know where everybody is now. You know what I mean? Y'all the feds. Come on now. Y'all bullshit, man. You serious? Y'all don't know where El Chapo is? Come on, man. Like, I know where El Chapo is. How the fuck y'all don't know where El Chapo is? Sean Penn, that's who it was. I said Brad Pitt. Sean Penn, that's who it was. You know what I mean? They still didn't crack him after that. You know what I mean? El Chapo done got arrested, been locked up, and he done escaped 50 times. Like, but man, 6ix9ine get popping, he become famous, he start repping his blood shit, and all of a sudden, El Chapo get cracked. Like, how did they find El Chapo? 6ix9ine, man. I'm telling you. The truth always comes to the light, man. And I'm telling you, it's gonna come out, man. Like, 6ix9ine is the reason why El Chapo got cracked by the feds, man. For real. Enzo, you stupid. My tia makes Chapo's tortillas. Let's go. That's how they found him. Because his tia was making tacos for. Man, my auntie make tacos for Chapo, man. Like, come on, man. How y'all don't know where this man is? Man, my auntie be down. She go over there. once a week. She always over there. Man, they were supposed to let that mark be a mark, man. Love break. I got to put some love juice in my body, man. Put some of this love in, man. While we popping this good shit. And if you haven't already, y'all already know the get down, man. It's 121 people watching, but only 77 of y'all wiped your feet off at the door. Go ahead, wipe your feet off at the door, man. And you know what I mean by that. Hit that like button for a pimp one time, please and thank you. Damn, RW Sports. I didn't hear that part. He say you hear him say he bought 36 red rags for the Gummo video shoot. That's fishy alone. He wanted to set that up for court. Right, like how do you know exactly how many rags you bought? And then these is gangbangers. Like they didn't. I mean, gangbangers. I know they got they keep a rag. You know what I mean? You know, this man went and bought 36 rags for the hood. He knew exactly. He did a head count. Okay, how many bloods is it here? Okay, it's a few Hoovers in here too, so we need some orange rags. Okay, we got 15 red rags. Okay, we need 9 orange rags. You know what I mean? 15, 9, that's 24. Okay. We got 12 blue rags. Okay, we need 15 red rags, 9 orange rags, 12 blue rags. Got it? Okay, cool. I'm going to go get these rags, y'all. I'll be back. Like, who keeps track of that? How the fuck do you remember exactly how many red rags? I mean, not just red rags, but because I think in that Gummo video, they had Crips, Hoovers, Bloods. They had everything in that video from what I remember. Like, how do you remember how many rags that you bought for the video shoot? That's crazy. I know they don't have like a 36 pack. I ain't never heard of no 36 pack. You know, they got 36 pack of condoms. I done bought, you know, quite a few of them before. You know, for a hoe, you know, 36 pack condoms. But 36 pack rags and then different colors too. Like they got assorted colors. 36 pack of rags, I ain't never seen that. So I can understand if he bought a 36 pack of rags, but I don't even think that shit exists. So how did this man remember how many rags he bought? Oh yeah, I forgot. The purple for the grape street. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had to get some of them for the grapes too. You know what I mean? But how did this man remember how many fucking rags he bought? That's crazy. Turf say 6ix9ine seemingly discovered Wu-Tang's The Mystery of chess boxing. Yeah, he know all that shit. He know all the kung fu secrets and all that. Man, 6ix9ine, he just know too much, man. Like, why does this man know so much and he just giving up everybody? Shit crazy, man. But the bottom line to what I'm saying, like I said, man, you got to let a mark be a mark. And that's why these dudes, like, look at what's going on. You know, Shotty got 15 years. From what I heard, the trial with Harv, I forget the other dude's name. Harv and the other dude. From what I understand, their trial is over with. They finna get some years. You know what I mean? Because they took it to trial. You know, Shotty copped out. Male murder, there we go. Or no, was it Mel Murder that was on trial with Harv? I thought it was a different dude's name. But nah, it wasn't Mel Murder. I just had to think about that. It's not Mel Murder. The fuck is that other dude's name? I forget his name. But anyway, um, they finna get some time. Nah, I don't think it was Cool to Beat neither. He got a different name. I forgot his damn name. The dude that was on trial with Harv, they trial just ended. And they is it Cuda? I thought it was somebody else. I thought he had a different name. But but yeah, man, it's over with for them dudes, man. And 6ix9ine, he gonna do probably a few years too. Of course, he ain't gonna do as much time as the rest of them dudes, but he gonna do some time. Born Supreme, are they getting state or federal time? Nah, they dealing with the feds, man. They dealing with them federales. So they finna be in the feds. Yeah, they got major charges. Like they got charges up the ass. Like 6ix9ine pled guilty to 9 serious charges. 9 serious charges. Racketeering, uh something. He got some kind of assault charge too, I think, or some shit. Something to do with a gun or 6ix9ine pled guilty to some serious charges. So he gonna do some time. He ain't gonna do nearly as much as his co-defendants, but he gonna do some time though, and it's all because they didn't let the mark remain a mark. They let the mark go past the boundaries of being a mark. See, because that's what happens. Just like I was breaking down with the hoe, right? When the hoe allows a mark to go beyond the boundaries of a mark, she start getting comfortable with him, all that type of shit. You know, the mark is gonna get beside itself one way or another because he's too comfortable and too personal. And it's the same thing with 6ix9ine and them Treyway dudes, Shotty and all of them. He was supposed to remain a mark. He never was supposed to be active, but they allowed the boy to get active, and he got too comfortable. And you know, you see what happens when the shit hit the fan. He running for cover, and he gonna let everybody else get hit with that shit. You know, he letting everybody else get burned. He done got his ass up out the kitchen. You did. And it's gonna say how Martha more gangster than Tekashi. Hey, I mean, shit, it's obvious. Martha just cut from a different cloth than Tekashi, you know? Right, exactly. Like RW say, that's one thing about the fruit. Say what you want, but they don't let the rappers like Bow Wow, Soldier, or Chris Brown get too involved. They just get money. Exactly. That's the way it's supposed to be. You let a motherfucker rap, you know what I mean? Nigga on Pyru, on Bloods, and wear red and all that type of shit and take pictures with the homies. You let them do all that. You know what I mean? But come on, man. You're not supposed to let a motherfucker get active. Not supposed to do that. Trap 412 say, did you hear that recording with Jim Jones and Mel Murder? Yeah, I did hear that shit. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, now, that's a tricky situation with that conversation with Jim Jones and Mel Murder, because really and truly, Jim Jones technically didn't say anything really incriminating. He just said, did he need to be violated, right? Now, that's real ambiguous. That could have a whole bunch of different meanings. But what's fucked up about the feds or just the law period, they got this shit called conspiracy. And when they charge a motherfucker with conspiracy, all they have to prove is that you were thinking about doing XYZ. You don't even have to do nothing. You was just conspiring. You were plotting. You were thinking about. You was planning to do. You might not even been planning. You was just entertaining the thought of doing XYZ. And if they can prove that you were at least thinking about doing XYZ, it's a wrap. That's what's fucked up about that conspiracy shit. And see, by him saying, he need to be violated, and then, well, what he did say that was kind of incriminating was when he was talking about hurting the bodyguards. Yeah, he got them bodyguards, they can't carry guns because, the New York laws don't allow them to carry guns. So, when he with them bodyguards, man, just do whatever to the bodyguards, you know what I mean? Like, basically advising them to, knock down the bodyguards or hurt the bodyguards in whatever way. Like, that was pretty incriminating. But it seemed like they focus is on 6ix9ine being violated. Yeah, like Turf say, Trap Jim was more than reckless at the time. Yeah, and see when you have a certain status as a celebrity, you just not supposed to have these type of conversations with nobody. Like me, I'm not having them type of conversations with nobody. If I'm like a celebrity as famous as Jim Jones is, I'm not having them type of conversations with nobody. And then especially that whole Treyway situation, how hot it is and all of that, like I'm not having no conversations with nobody over there about nothing incriminating. Not even in person. See, everybody is tripping off the fact that the phone was tapped and everything like that. Yeah. So he shouldn't have been having that conversation on the phone, but he shouldn't have even been having that conversation even if he was in person with Mel Murder. You still don't have that type of conversation because motherfuckers could be wearing wires. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers be secretly recording shit. They self, you know what I mean? It's just shit is crazy, man. But the bottom line, man, right, need to stick to music, exactly. But the bottom line, whatever type of situation you in, whatever's going on, man, you have to let a mark be a mark. Let that mark remain a mark. Let the mark believe that they more important than the average mark, but still nonetheless, let that mark be a mark and nothing more than a mark. Don't let the mark, if you a hoe, don't let the mark get personal with you. You know what I mean? Don't move in with the mark. Don't let the mark meet your kids or your family or anybody like that. Don't let the mark know all your personal business and all that type of shit. Let the mark remain a mark. If you a gang member or just a real hood nigga in the streets doing shit, and you got homies and y'all all, really with the shit, and you got a rapper that want to fuck with y'all and represent what y'all represent, allow him to represent and allow him to have the illusion in his mind that he's really one of y'all, that he really with the shit. Let him believe that. Like I said, with 6ix9ine when he was hollering, test my gangster and all that type of shit, let him do that. But don't let that motherfucker get involved. Don't let that motherfucker get his hands dirty. Don't even let him see you get your hands dirty. Let that rapper stay a rapper, let that mark remain a mark, and that's how you're gonna keep yourself safe. You dig? That's how you're gonna avoid situations like it's a lot to be learned from this whole Treyway situation. It's a whole lot to be learned. And anybody that's involved in any type of situation like that, anybody that's from a gang that got a celebrity that want to fuck with you or anything like that, it's a whole lot to be learned from this Treyway situation, man. Watch and learn. And always keep in mind, let a mark be a mark. Don't let a mark get past the boundaries of being a mark to the point where they involved. And now, if y'all get caught up doing anything, they gonna fold on you. Because especially if you know that this motherfucker ain't built like that, and they know that he not built like that. That's the thing about it. Them Treyway dudes, man, all of them dudes, especially Shotty. See, Shotty was getting a kick out of that shit. But, Shotty know, like, if he really was to stop and think about that shit, he knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that boy was not built like that. But see, motherfuckers don't be playing chess with life. You got to play chess. And you got to think to yourself, like, if a motherfucker get cornered, is it gonna be checkmate because of this motherfucker? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be checkmate. Fucking with a motherfucker like 6ix9ine. Right, like Ray Gunn say, greed and clout took him over. I agree with you on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I got to go in this gym and get my issue and then, continue with my night from that point. But I appreciate y'all as always for tuning in. Once again, if you haven't wiped your feet off at the door, please do so on your way out. But I appreciate you for all the likes. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate all the comments, the good feedback. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate the support in every which way that you come with it. And I appreciate you putting some love in your body. If you took heed to a pimp's advice and put some of this love in your body, you did. But yeah, man, y'all already know what it is. Freezes it. I'll tap in with y'all in a minute. If y'all out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. I'll holler.